Whoops and motherfucking whoop, guys. You already know it's the one only Miss Chocolate, and that means that it is just a little bit closer to Halloween, Hallowicked, and Samhain. It is Friday. And this week's topic of the week is all about haunted houses, our experiences, and everything like that. And like Crazy McCormick and Mr. McInhose. Sorry, Mac, I almost forgot your name. Um, but like those two, I was also a scarer for a haunted house, a haunted attraction, I should say. And I was a scarer for 3 years. Now, first off, before I get into this video, public service announcement from a former scarer to you patrons. Our job as workers and employees of the scare attraction or of the haunted attraction is to scare you. It is our job. We get paid to scare you. We get paid to make you piss your pants. So, if you can't handle not being violent, then please do not come to our attractions. If you come with the intent on hurting somebody because they scare you, please do not come to our attractions. We are supposed to do everything in our power besides touch you to scare you. Please do not touch us. There was countless times that my first year of scaring, before I learned how to dodge problems, I came home with many bruises all over my arms, all over my legs, on my chest. I mean, there was a time frame where, or there was an actual time where I had to go to the hospital because I had gotten a concussion because a grown man decided to push my head into a wall. Like I said, our job is to scare you. That's what we get paid for. And if we can make you throw up or piss your pants, we get extra. So, please, it is our job. Do not harm us because we are trying to do our job. Now, I actually don't have a favorite as a patron. I mean, the most memorable one that I have would be the labyrinth that I went into that was actually at the attraction that I worked at. It was the night before it was a couple nights or weekend before I had gotten my job there. And I went just to have some fun with some friends. And the guy that I had gotten my job from, he was the ringleader in this thing called the Clown Vortex. And he came over and scared the bejesus out of me, because we all know that I don't like clowns. And we talked for a little bit about, what I was going to be doing and where I'd be working at and stuff like that. And then just before we were about to go in the labyrinth, he decided to yell into the maze, Heather's afraid of clowns. Yeah. And then after that, as soon as I stepped foot into the maze, I heard this really eerie and creepy followed me the whole entire way through. And then when we got to the end, like I said, I knew people there. So, I mean, at that point, I knew that it was coming. I had no problem with him touching me because I knew who he was. But he went to touch me, and I said, you know what? We're going to play this up. Because there were some people behind us that were freaking out about the clown, too. And, so I pretended like I was trying to run away from him. And just before I got over to the people behind us and screamed for help, my friend Phil grabbed a hold of me like by the throat and pulled me into the bush. And it was funny. I'd never seen somebody run so fast out of someplace ever. And as soon as they ran out, our friend Mike, he was playing a clown with a chainsaw. he ran up behind, or he ran up next to the people with the chainsaw and made them flip shit. It was hilarious. But anyways, I have a lot of stories as a scarer, though. I mean, there were multiple times where I made somebody piss their pants. I made somebody so scared they threw up. My favorite one was actually I was in the bathroom. We had like these double mirrors in our bathrooms, and the attraction that I was in the asylum. But like Crazy said, you're allowed to go in different areas, and if you're good enough, you can walk alone. Well, they have this little area in the bathrooms where you have the double mirrors, and the bathroom lights will flicker and you can see behind the mirror. Well, we had amazing special effects artists, like makeup artists, and my character that I played the one year, from here all the way across, my eye was blacked out and I had a piece of glass coming through, like it was coming out. So it kind of like went through my nose and into my eye. It was at one point that way, and then I had just one that went straight into my eye. But it was really eerie looking. I don't know if I could even find a picture of it. If I do, maybe I'll put it on the public channel. But anyways, there was one night, there was this group of girls, and they went into the bathrooms, and they were the preppy little girls, and I decided to fuck around with them a little bit. I started flickering the lights from the back of the mirror. And the girls just, oh, ha, 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 oh, so funny, so scary. And then we had our guys outside the bathrooms, ripping chainsaws and the whole nine. So they were saying, oh, it's so scary, la, 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 la. And then they come over to, fix their makeup or, wash their hands and shit like that. And all of a sudden, I completely, the lights, and then lit up the mirror, and you see me just staring there like this at them. And went to go and bash my hand against the mirror. And oh my God, I had never seen a bunch of girls run so fast in my life. It was hilarious. Oh my God. This one chick that was in there, she actually ran into the bathroom stall door, and she ran straight forward and went to run, and she ran into the bathroom stall door and slammed in it so hard she ricocheted back and fell on the floor. And after that, she crawled out of the bathroom. That was probably my favorite experience. But I mean, there's been plenty. There was one time where I made a grown man, piss his pants. That was funny. And I actually got a raise that night. But, I do also want to share a bad experience that I had as a scarer. Like I said before all of this, our intention is to scare you. That's our job. We're supposed to do that. In one of my years, my first year actually, it was my job. I worked in the asylum. It was my job to run down the hallway in between all the guests. They know to separate because they're one on each side, so they weren't able to like hold hands and all that. But I booked it down the hallway like I was supposed to, because you have a certain queue at that point. And as I booked it down the hallway, this guy freaked out so much by everything that was going on around him. He full on clotheslined me and knocked the wind out of me. And actually, I was on the ground, not able to breathe, choking. And we actually had to flip all the lights on in that room and make sure that I was okay. So when you do stuff like that, you ruin the experience for everyone. So, your intention in going into a haunted house or into a haunted attraction is to enjoy the entertainment that comes from people that work there. Don't injure the people. But anyways, I'm going to get going, guys. Much motherfucking wicked clown love. And don't forget to go some awesome haunted houses. And yeah, later, guys.